I'll be reacting to Tokyo 24th War to episode 7. I'm watching it from Crunchyroll's website, and I'll be starting my reaction from the 1 minute and 30-second mark in 1 0 go. Oh, yeah, I'm pumped up for this. But since it's been like 2 weeks since its episode premiered, so I've really missed the series quite a bit. And I wouldn't mind if it was an episode that focused on Mirai because it's been a while since they've actually given her some significant screen time in an episode. It doesn't surprise me because she does seem like a pretty multi-talented man. Okay, at least we're getting positive consequences with the Kane system actually being implemented. But I wonder when they're going to show the downsides, though, because of all the cameras observing people, I'm going to be surprised if there's going to be people abusing that ability. At least I hope we get to see the negative ramifications. Ooh, boy. Other than that sound effect. No, seriously, this just screams Minority Report. Just gives me nothing but Minority Report vibes. And I mean that in a good way. Because that movie was pretty damn fucking kick-ass. I'm actually surprised there was actually 72% of people who actually didn't mind this. I would think it'd have been more along 60% or at least pretty much between 50 or 60%. Okay, at the very least, he's taking different methods of making a difference, at the very least. Ah, oh, damn. That's pretty cool, though, that at the very least, Ren is still fighting the good fight. The thing is, though, when it comes to the no Kane's graffiti, it ain't going to have much effect unless we start seeing the downsides of it. I can only really see that happen if the main antagonist finds a way of utilizing the Kane system against everyone. You can definitely tell that production values of the series are falling a bit because it was already telling that they couldn't make an episode anytime last week, but then you're having a man that should obviously be talking. You don't even have his mouth flaps move or his body move. Like there's a apparent lack of body language. And then when it gets really close up, you can tell that the line work is a little bit off too in comparison to some of the other episodes. At least the background art continues looking pretty good though. And there are some decent animated cuts like this bit here. Oh. I like how she's not even. I like how she's not even subtle. You know, I could support that ship too, though. I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't mind if Marai and Shu actually end up with each other. Hmm. And it's actually nice to get to see more of Asumi's mother too, considering that I feel like she's one of the more interesting characters, even though she's a character that's already passed away in this series. But it must take a lot of energy to do those type of shows where you playing as a, I hope I'm pronouncing right, Tokatsu character. Sounds like something that'd be absolutely fun, but hard to do though, because then you have to be like pumped the fuck up 24/7. I even love how it's like the over the top music too. This some nice shit here, like straight up it is. And I'm not gonna blame her for trying to take advantage of the whole thing. Because business is business. I like this too. It shows you how brilliant Asumi's mother. And it's nice to get to see how Shu got addicted to Hero. Well, how he became interested in the hero thing in the first place, too. It actually gives her some nice characterization here, actually. So it's actually pretty nice. It makes for a lot of good characterization here. The thing is that as people grow up, they start believing less and less in heroes when the cold reality of life just slaps them into the face. And people just have a tendency to becoming a little bit nihilistic. I mean, nothing. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just reality, unfortunately. I'm assuming maybe because he maybe didn't put his whole heart out into making that bread. I mean, I wouldn't blame him considering all the circumstances that's been happening to Shu over the last few episodes, actually. The thing is that when he does anything, you have to take it seriously, though, because if he doesn't take it seriously, it'll put the reputation of the bakery at risk. But again, though, I understand why he's not taking it super seriously, though. I like how she's assuming that her boy was fucking being his fucking elephant trunk. Ah. Oh, well, he is growing. He is a growing warm young buck. Oh. Oh, well, yeah, it makes sense that they've been over it. Congress is pretty fucked up. They're not satisfied enough with causing people like Jose pain. They gotta go as far as also painting over the graffiti that was one of the few hopes she had. That's pretty fucked up, if you ask me. But at the very least, when it comes to Congress, it's building it up as an interesting antagonist. I mean, it's already given me more reasons to dislike them in a good way. Because I mean, that's how you're supposed to feel when you have antagonists in the series. At least when an antagonist is well written, anyway. I don't think you should be saying that all. Yeah, I don't think, what happened to his face? It looked like our boy DH by like 3 or 4 years. Okay, now it's drawn back to normal. Yeah, you can definitely tell when it comes to the character design sheets, it's a little bit off. It was kind of like that in the other episodes, but it's really apparent in this one. I can only hope when this gets back into like the episodes that involve the kind of innocent organization that the animation goes back to the standard of quality that had in episodes 1 and 2. Hmm. Huh. Ah. But I do like this though because it puts kind of Ennis in direct up. I mean, he was already in direct opposition with Shu, Koki, and Ram, but it just makes him more so in opposition against the main leads. I want to be finding ways of overriding the Kane system. That's why I think it's so fucking dangerous that what was it, like 72% of people actually approved of having that in their phones. But I can understand the need as to why people would be wanting the. That makes it even worse if it works for the government because that means that the Kane system can be easily hackable in the last few episodes of the series. Then I'd be more afraid of overriding any security systems and defense systems in the Kane system. I'm just saying. I'm not going to blame Shum for considering it deeply, though, because the moment he does that, the SARG would be going up against him. Oh. I don't think she has the guts to be saying it now, though. At least not at that moment. She doesn't look like she's emotional and capable of saying it right now. But who knows? I could be wrong about Susugawa. Hey, I'm not going to blame Koki. I mean, everything that's happened, the more you work, the more you can actually sometimes forget about your stress. Oh, there is such a thing as overworking yourself. Okay, he's been getting a lot of interest into fucking Opie lately. Because it didn't just happen with looking at Mariah's breast. He's also looking at Sagawa's breast too. Okay, boy has to be a little bit more subtle. I'm just saying. That's actually pretty fucking adorable there. Only thing is, though, making true ideals occur, it's pretty damn tough. I wonder if this guy has something to do with Kanadas. No, I wouldn't be surprised if the fuck does have something to do with Kanadas because of the way he's talking like a motherfucking antagonist. Hey, at least he's more determined now. I think that's what matters most at the end of the day. I mean, sometimes you gotta cook with love, at least when it comes to making food. Is looking at Opie again? Okay. I love it. It's so very noticeable when he comes to him looking at Opie. Or not every lady can fucking notice it. That's fucking adorable. The amount of thirst that she's got. Woo, boy. Oh, I get why he's looking at Opie because he's comparing it to bread. That's why. We all know it's to make bread. I understand. Okay. At least I understand where he's going at. I thought Suzuka would show up there. Speaking of which, Suzuka's eyes look they look a little bit off model. Because one of her left eye looks a little bit deformed there. Okay, now it looks normal. I mean, sometimes you just gotta go in through gut on occasions when you take actions. I mean, hey, I'm not gonna blame Shu for going after Kanades though, considering the type of pain that he's caused people like Kanades has caused people like Koze. I ain't gonna blame him one bit, even though it's kind of reckless. And something I'm noticing too, when Shu's standing still, like his mouth, like his you can see his mouth moving up and down. But when he was talking while moving, his mouth flaps weren't really. They were moving up and down, but his chin wasn't. Just something I'm noticing when it comes to the animation. Like it can be decent, other times you can tell it's a little bit wonky. Thankfully, this isn't an action-oriented episode, though. Okay, good, because there's only so much you can do being all gung-ho about things. Sometimes you just gotta think things through properly, fortunately. Hmm. The thing is, he surely has no way of knowing. Oh, fuck. Unfortunately, that's not reality. When you get older, the best you can do is. Oh, that's looking adorable. But when you get older, the only thing you really can do realistically is try to have the best end result for the most people that you can make a good end result for. Because in life, considering that resources in life are scarce, you can, in most cases, you can't make a happy ending for all the people. Because then some people benefit, other people are going to suffer. In certain instances, anyway. Hope he's ready to serve our boys soon. Oh man, that's just kind of adorable. She gonna go mouth to mouth? I love how she's apologizing to both men and mouth. Woo, boy. Oh, I want to see her do it. Son of a bitch. Why is it looking like he's about to summon a fucking stand? Okay, that is some badass technique. Now, for a guy who's had one footstep towards death, he took it pretty damn well there. And I love seeing Shu's determination here. But the thing about Shu is he wouldn't have. Okay, that explains why you noticed me looked a little bit thicker in the arms area. Yes! Finally! At least he got the well-deserved praise, though. And his hard work pulled off. Oh, that's a cute little message here. I mean, yeah, it's the same message a lot of anime has not giving up, but it's presented here pretty well. Hope it isn't a fucking trap, though. But if the man is truly there, can he really handle it on his own, though? I mean, I hope he can because I fucking like Shu, but who knows? But overall, decent episode. I'd say if I had to rate this one on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being abysmal, 5 being average, 10 being exceptional, I'm definitely be giving this episode a 6 out of 10. It was a bit of that above average. While it wasn't the most exciting Tokyo 24th Ward episode, I thought it was a nice relaxer episode because even though there wasn't much quote unquote plot progression, at the very least, we're getting some consequences. We're seeing how the Kane system's allowing crimes to be prevented, but simultaneously, we're seeing some people not like it by having graffiti mentioning how the Kane system isn't good. So I like how there's some consequences with the events that went down in the previous episodes. And it was nice getting to see a bit more of our boys' past, and the humor was pretty good. Oh. Okay, it's back. Oh, shit. You know, shit's real whenever an anime has an after credit scene. Well, at least in those cases. I get the feeling that he's falling. Well, I get the feeling it's going to be a fucking trap, though. Oh. Oh, looked like he actually did finally find his perpetrator. Only from this motherfucker's perspective. Oh, man. This episode. Gotta admit, that after credits, though, actually made the episode a bit better now. Now, in saying that, though, I gotta say, I do like at the very least, though, when it comes to Shu, we see him actually learn that there's other ways to becoming a hero because at the very least, something I do like is we saw his growth realizing that there's other ways of doing heroic deeds. It doesn't just involve saving people. It could be as simple as making food that people love that can sort of make you a hero too. So that's something else that I also really liked about this episode too. And aside from the episode doing that, I actually really like how it had some decent humor here and there, like when it looked like our boy was focusing on OPEP when he was just focusing on having to knead the flour to make the bread. That was actually kind of funny in a way too. So that was pretty cool. Character development there. And aside from that, even though the animation and art wasn't that good or the artwork, at the very least, it was semi-respectable in majority of instances. Yeah, it didn't look as good as the previous episodes, but it was still better than some of the worst anime I've seen in the series. But you can definitely tell quality decline a little bit visually. But the script made up for it, and I'm definitely excited to see what they're going to do in the next episode, even though, yeah, this episode did feel a little bit slow-paced. But anyways, y'all, these are my thoughts on the episode. I would really love to hear your thoughts on how I feel about my reaction or the episode itself in the comment section below. Hope y'all rate the video, share it, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see y'all later if you come back for more. But anyways, y'all, thank you very much for watching my video, and I hope you have a fun, great, safe, and fantastic day, everyone. Bye-bye.